Welcome to Fantasy Audiobook. Lord of All. Invincibility starts from the Empress. Chapter 51. There was a flash of light. Zhang Chen became the new owner of this dwarf palace. He immediately opened the panel of the dwarf palace. Open black lens bracket dwarf palace, close black lens bracket. Output. Hill King 1 head 30 days, Storm Guardian 1 head 3 days, Heavy Goat Knight 1 head per day, Mountain Guard 1 head per day. Dwarf Musketeer 10 heads per day. Inventory. Hill King 1, Storm Guardian 2. Dwarf Musketeer 20. Description. This is a dwarf palace produced by the Storm clan. A product produced by Storm, it must be a high-quality product. It is truly an epic unit building, with so many different types of dwarf units that Zhang Chen can name. Before the occupation, Zhang Chen had some expectations for this dwarf palace, but they were not high. But I never thought there would be a surprise. This dwarf palace can actually mass-produce the King of the Hill. Of course, the King of the Hill here is just a soldier, not a hero. Normally, a dwarf palace can definitely recruit epic troops, but legendary troops depend on luck. And the output is not low. If you accumulate it for 10 years, you will be the King of the Hill with 120 heads. 10 years is a long time for new lords, but for veteran lords who have been around for more than 100 years, it is only time to participate in several large-scale battles. If the information about this dwarf palace is exposed, it will definitely cause a bloody storm. After thinking about it, Zhang Chen started recruiting. Recruit a King of the Hill. Recruitment is successful, you lose food 5,000, energy 10,000. Recruit 2 Storm Guardians. Recruitment is successful. You lose food 3,200, energy 4,000. Recruit 20 Dwarf Musketeers. Recruitment is successful. You lose food 4,000, energy 10,000. Needless to say about the King of the Hill, it is said that the more troops the better. As for the epic soldier Storm Guardian, to be honest, Zhang Chen was a little disgusted with it. The reason is simple. Although his Tianyan disciples are only outstanding soldiers now, they can advance to Tianyan True Biography as long as they pass the Tianyan Pavilion Trial Tower. With the A-level skill, Dazumi sword style, and Zhang Chen's enhanced ability, this is no longer a luxury. Under the control of the Empress, the combat power of Tianyan Junjuan will far exceed that of the Storm Guardian. But, now that we have met, it would be a good idea to recruit Liang Du as guards. After all, they are big and suitable for blocking knives. Zhang Chen looked down upon the superior and rare military units and gave up directly. Actually, Zhang Chen originally had only one target, the Dwarf Musketeer. Although the quality of the Dwarf Musketeer is not high, it has extreme attributes that are as rare as the Goddess Warrior. It is recognized as the king of cost performance. Moreover, the advanced unit of Dwarf Musketeers is very interesting. Soon, a Hill King, 2 Storm Guardians, and 20 Dwarf Musketeers appeared in front of Zhang Chen. They knelt on one knee and said, "Greetings to the Lord." Zhang Chen nodded. "Get up, you don't have to make big salutes from now on." The King of the Hill comes with his own equipment, and has 3 powerful skills, God Descends, Storm Hammer, and Thunder Strike. The effect of God Descends far exceeds the dragon's Raging Heart, and its actual comprehensive combat power is slightly less. Stronger than dragons of the same level, it is a cost-effective unit. As for the Storm Guardian, except for the 2 good skills of Charged Heavy Attack and Storm Hammer, the attributes are relatively average. At the same level, the Goddess Warrior can at least fight too. As for the Dwarf Musketeers, Zhang Chen turned over his hand and took out 2 souls of arms. Strengthen. A soul strengthened into a rare weapon. A soul strengthened into an outstanding military unit. Then upgrade a Dwarf Musketeer. Tip. Your unit, Dwarf Musketeer, uses the rare unit soul to advance to the rare unit, Dwarf Sniper. Close black lens bracket. Tip. Your unit, Dwarf Sniper, uses the soul of the excellent unit to advance to the excellent unit, Dwarf Rocketeer. Close black lens bracket. In the Lord Forum, Dwarf Rocketeers are also called Dwarf RPGs. This unit is very interesting. They are not a native unit of the dwarves, and are not even recognized by the major dwarf clans. Because they can only be strengthened by the souls of soldiers, and it is said that they are the work of a nefarious lord thousands of years ago. However, the explosion rate of high-quality troop souls is extremely low. So dwarf rocketeers are very, very rare. Open black lens bracket dwarf rocketeer close black lens bracket. Race. Dwarf. Grade 1. Quality. Purple excellence. Attributes. Physique 2, spiritual power 10, soul 7, carrying 2. Combat power 5. Skills. Rocket, psychic guidance overload. Not bad. Zhang Chen was extremely satisfied with the extreme attributes of the dwarf rocketeer and continued to strengthen the soul of the unit. Soon, after consuming 220,000 spirit stones and 40 souls of sophisticated troops, all 20 musketeers were finally upgraded to RPGs. Zhang Chen thought for a while and waved his hand. Upgrade. Upgrade all to level 10. Having just obtained 3.6 million energy, Zhang Chen is very wealthy. All dwarf units, including the King of the Hill, have been upgraded to level 10, consuming a total of 768,000 energy. After thinking for a while, Zhang Chen said to the 20 dwarf rocketeers. Rocket coverage attack, target on the ground 300 meters directly in front. Yes, Lord. The dwarf rocketeer began to mobilize his spiritual power to fill the cannonballs. It took half a minute for the rocket to be completely formed. The rocket is about 1.2 meters long. Although it is completely condensed by spiritual power, it is like substance, with exquisite and detailed runes looming. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. 20 rockets roared out, dragging long spiritual tail flames. Zhang Chen suddenly shouted, "Change the target. The target is the hill 300 meters to the left." Zhang Chen is testing the flexibility of mental power guidance. He was very satisfied with the result. I saw 20 rockets drawing a 90-degree arc in the void. Then it submerged accurately into the depths of the target mountain. 1 second later, boom, boom, boom. A deafening explosion sounded. The gravel and dust are hundreds of meters high in the sky. When the dust and fog dissipated, the tens of meters high hill had been completely wiped away. Except for Zhang Chen, everyone was stunned. The same goes for Angel Yan, who was just born into this world. Long Ju was so frightened that he tried his best to hide his body behind Zhang Chen. "Lord, do you call this an outstanding military unit? If only a few hits, Xiao Ju will be dead." Empress. This power is probably stronger than the thunder projection of the goddess warrior, right? And the range is hundreds of meters. It can actually take care of both armor breaking and facial damage. Angel Yan murmured to himself, and then asked the most critical question, "Lord, how many rockets like this can they condense?" Zhang Chen cast an admiring look at Yan. 2 shots. If you use the overload condensed super rocket, there will only be 1 shot. Then exhaust your spiritual power and let others slaughter you. Sacrifice your physique. Sacrifice your mobility. Even sacrifice your normal attack ability. In exchange for 2 attacks that far exceed your level, this is the charm of the ultimate weapon. Angel Yan sighed. This is a great weapon for defending the city and attacking fortresses. Zhang Chen smiled lightly and said, "Each unit has its own position. Dwarf RPGs have great strategic value, but don't count on them when it comes to fighting monsters and leveling up." Everyone couldn't help but imagine the horrific scene of a rocket killing a level 1 goblin. Night has fallen. Things got settled here, and Zhang Chen decided to return. "Giselle, you and the goddess warrior will take the newly recruited dwarf warriors overland and return to the territory overnight. The others return on the dragon." Everyone said in unison, "Yes." Zhang Chen continued, "Empress, Fanyantian, Zizitian, Longju, you follow me." "Empress, why are you going?" Zhang Chen thought for a moment and said, "Let's make a big deal." And Chusha looked depressed as she looked at the dwarf king Grennystorm holding a wine barrel and drinking heavily. Using the hero order is an entropy increasing process that is irreversible. Therefore, Chusha can only make peace with it as it comes. In early summer, according to your description, there is probably a dwarf military building in that mountain range. And Luoxi smiled and comforted. "If you win it, it will complement the dwarf king." "Yes." And Chusha could only nod. "Sister Ying and I think so too. We have made an appointment to explore the mountains tomorrow." When it came to Ying Yinmen, and Luoxi looked slightly solemn. "The winner of Xian Qin seems to be a direct descendant. I don't know whether it is a blessing or a curse for my daughter to have such a friend." "Has Zhang Chen not replied to you yet?" "No." And Chusha said, "He might really be busy." All right, Although Luoxi really wanted to talk to Zhang Chen, there was nothing he could do because he was busy. Sudden, woo woo woo, a shrill alarm sounded on the watchtower. And Chusha stood up. What's going on? A ranger appeared quickly and said in a panic, Lord, the sentry tower has observed a giant flying monster, which is quickly approaching the territory. It seems like. At this point, the ranger swallowed. And Chusha said sternly, what is it, tell me. It's a giant dragon. The ranger's eyes showed fear. Looking at the size, it's still a level 10 dragon. Legendary creature dragon. And Chusha's voice instantly rose an octave. It was an epic the past few days, but this time it turned out to be a legend. I'm so unlucky. The sloppy dwarf king on the side also put down the wine barrel and opened his mouth wide. I'm the one who's unlucky, right? I've only been here half a day. Even so, the dwarf king still picked up the warhammer and stood beside Chusha. And Chusha shouted, everyone is on alert. At this time, everyone could see the huge beast with only their naked eyes. The dwarf king said, Lord, I don't feel any malice. Maybe they are just passing by. That's the best. And Chusha said quickly, but we can't take it lightly. Sudden, a familiar voice came from the sky. Ha ha ha, long time no see, classmate Chusha, I came to visit. Holy shit, Zhang Chen. And Chusha's face was filled with shock, and then she said excitedly. Dragon Knight, have you become a Dragon Knight? Unexpectedly, Zhang Chen was also shocked and said, am I right, is the person next to you the city lord? The warning is lifted. Long Ju quickly landed in the center of the territory, and the powerful oppression made all units in the territory tremble. Zhang Chen jumped off the dragon's back and looked at Luoxi. He is actually Lord N. How is this possible? What surprised Zhang Chen was that he could easily see Luoxi's attributes. Open black lens bracket and Luoxi close black lens bracket. Level 0. Attributes Physique 1, Spiritual Power 1, Soul 1, Carrying 1. Status Invincible. Level 0, Invincible, is he the GM? What is GM? Although Luoxi didn't understand, he roughly guessed what Zhang Chen meant by looking at his expression. Zhang Chen, don't worry, this is just one of the permissions of the city lord. Now I don't have any ability, I can only take a look. Scenery, chat. Zhang Chen breathed a sigh of relief. That's it. If a heaven-level expert with a million-star combat power could enter and leave the new area at will, he wouldn't have to play anymore. And Luoxi looked at Long Ju, with shock still in her eyes. This is a legendary unit. She, a powerful warlord who has worked hard for more than 20 years, has no more than 100 legendary soldiers under her command. And Luoxi quickly guessed the truth of the matter and sighed. I didn't expect that classmate Zhang Chen just gained 10,000 reputation points at noon. He is famous all over the world, and so the giant dragon clan came here to see him. It seems that classmate Zhang Chen not only has great talent, but also great luck. My trip is indeed not in vain. Zhang Chen admired Luoxi's ideas from the bottom of his heart. Your Excellency, the city lord, has a sharp eye. Maybe, this is really God's will. Looking at Long Ju, Luoxi finally made up his mind. Zhang Chen, if you don't mind, I want to talk to you alone. Zhang Chen said happily. Good. Originally, I wanted to do business with Chusha, but now that the big boss is here, it's even better. After saying that, Zhang Chen looked at the dwarf king on the side and praised. Is this our classmate Chusha's new hero? He is such a spirited young man. Dwarf king, soon, only Zhang Chen and Luoxi were left. What I'm telling you below is my biggest secret, and it's also Chusha's biggest secret. I hope you can keep it a secret. And Luoxi set such a heavy tone as soon as she opened her mouth, which made Zhang Chen feel a little embarrassed. Since it's a secret, I'd better not listen to it. He is not that curious. He just wants to make a big deal this time. Zhang Chen now has 3 million spiritual stones in his hands, but for the next plan, it is a bit stretched. And Luoxi ignored her at all, but said with a confused look, do you know who Chusha's father is? Holy shit, we started talking about my ex-husband. Could it be that Auntie was hinting at something? And Luoxi naturally didn't know what Zhang Chen was thinking, so he continued to throw a bombshell. In fact, I do not know. This is too much information. Zhang Chen could only try to comfort him. God will forgive young people when they make mistakes. I completely understand you. And Luoxi was stunned for a moment, then said angrily. What are you thinking? Zhang Chen was also stunned. Isn't that what you said? Well, and Luoxi sighed, and then suddenly asked an irrelevant question. Classmate Zhang Chen, you should know why the gods and Buddhas in the first heaven are already immortal, but they still can't give up on the main world blue star. Of course I know, Zhang Chen said seriously, the first is the reproduction of life, the second is the inheritance of power. That's right, and Luoxi nodded. We foreign lords cannot reproduce in the battlefield of all races. But as the territory improves, the interval between the lords' travel to and from Blue Star becomes longer and longer. Take the first emperor as an example. He can only return to Blue Star once every 100 years. The last time he returned to Blue Star was 19 years ago. Wait a minute, an idea flashed in Zhang Chen's mind. You said that the last time the first emperor returned to Blue Star was 19 years ago. And Luoxi said relieved. Although this kind of thing is not a top secret, it will not be publicized. It is not surprising that you don't know. Zhang Chen's heart was pounding. He finally understood why the name Ying Yinmen looked familiar. Fortunately, he thought he had seen it at the National Lords competition. Now it seems that I definitely glanced at it on some self-media account in my previous life. Brother Zheng is so awesome. He's still able to give birth even though he's thousands of years old. Zhang Chen quickly calmed down his emotions and said strangely. What do you tell me about this have to do with Chu Sha's father? And Luoxi said seriously. Perhaps I am ignorant, but Chu Sha is indeed the only human being that I know of that thrives in the battlefield of all races. Speaking of this, and Luoxi added in a strange way. Still asexual reproduction. Zhang Chen was shocked. It turns out that Chu Sha is a child without a father. And Luoxi's eyes were filled with memories. I remember that in the early summer of that year, I released a mythical item, Child Mother Essence Liquid, but the description of the item only said, drink it, and there will be an unexpected surprise. I was so excited at the time that I didn't think too much about it. But after I drank it, I realized that, surprise, is simply, happy. It's all because there is no journey to the west in this world. Zhang Chen secretly complained, and then said strangely. But why are you telling me this? Facing Zhang Chen's question, and Luoxi said solemnly. Did you know, in the 3 days since the zone was opened, Chu Sha has already encountered 51 rare monsters, 14 outstanding monsters, and 2 epic monsters. This does not include the team of mountain guards. Fortunately, one of the epic monsters was killed by Ying Yinmen, and the other one did not attack rashly. Otherwise, Chu Sha would be in danger. Zhang Chen was speechless. You mean, because Chu Sha has an extraordinary origin, he has a special physique that attracts powerful beings. He was still complaining about this in the morning, but he didn't expect it to become a reality so quickly. And what Luoxi didn't know was that he had just killed a legendary monster more than 10 kilometers away. Zhang Chen also somewhat understood why Luoxi wanted to confide in him. Although this is my guess, it's almost the same. Sure enough, and Luoxi stood up and performed the courtesy between lords. After 3 copies, you can build a teleportation array. If you encounter a crisis in early summer, I hope you can lend a helping hand. In return, I will take over your grievances with those lord families. If you are willing, you can return to Blue Star now. Zhang Chen didn't care about those lord families, but how could he refuse the boss who came to his door? Although he was pleasantly surprised, Zhang Chen still said strangely. You just believe me. And Luoxi said calmly. First, I just retrieved your file. Although the things you tinkered with called Alipe and Pinduoduo are ridiculous, they at least prove that you are open-minded and eclectic. Secondly, perhaps it is because of your unbridled imagination that you can become the creator of an outstanding military unit. Thirdly, the purchase of the Epic Hero Order just now shows that classmate Zhang Chen is sincere in his commitment to others. After all, not everyone can resist the temptation of an epic hero. What made me finally make up my mind was your dragon. Although Luoxi's analysis is completely wrong, it is also well-founded and convincing. Your Majesty the City Lord, I agree. Zhang Chen also stood up and returned the salute, and then got to the point. I came here this time originally to make a big deal with Chu Sha. Now that I've met the City Lord, how about it be even better? Big deal. And Luoxi was stunned for a moment, and then said in shock, Could it be that the troops you created can already reverse the military talismans? Zhang Chen immediately shook his head. Joke. He created his own troops entirely because the Empress brought her own military structures. God knows how to reverse the military talismans. Please take a look at it, City Lord. Zhang Chen waved his hand and a photo of the property interface of the dwarf palace popped up. Hiss, this is. With Luoxi having experienced countless storms in the city, she couldn't help but cry out. The dwarf palace, or the dwarf palace that can produce the king of the hill. Her reaction was not unpleasant, and she said in a deep voice. Isn't this dwarf palace located in the mountains on the east side of Chusha's territory? Zhang Chen said calmly, that's right. And Luoxi looked at Zhang Chen calmly. So, you use the military buildings in Chusha's territory to negotiate terms with Chusha. Zhang Chen refused to give in. But now, this dwarf palace is in my name. The most important thing is, do you think that with Chusha's current military strength, you can capture a dwarf palace? And if Xian Qin Winner is allowed to intervene, will this dwarf palace still belong to Chusha? And Luoxi fell into deep thought. I have to admit that what Zhang Chen said makes sense. And Luoxi turned her head to look at the scars on Long Ju's body, her thoughts changing rapidly. Zhang Chen has at least 300 outstanding soldiers. With such a strong combat power, he actually had to let a precious dragon participate in the battle and even be injured. This shows how brutal the battle was. Thinking of this, Luoxi suddenly felt balanced. What are your conditions? Zhang Chen said. With a one-time price of 20 million spirit stones, Chusha will have the right to recruit all the troops in this dwarf palace except the king of the hill. If Chusha wants to recruit the king of the hill, that's fine too. It will be calculated separately based on the unit price of 5 million spirit stones. By exchanging a military unit that he completely despised for a huge sum of 20 million, Zhang Chen could be said to have squeezed the value of this dwarf palace to the extreme. But Luoxi was a little surprised. Because in her opinion, the price is really not expensive. Seemingly seeing through what Luoxi was thinking, Zhang Chen bowed gracefully. As you said, this dwarf palace is within Chusha's territory after all. Now, Luoxi gained face and dignity, and a smile bloomed on her face again. I agreed, but the cash flow of my territory has been drained by you, so I can only pay 10 million first, and the remaining 2 realms will be paid when the passage between the 2 realms is opened again. And you also want to provide after-sales service. Zhang Chen was stunned. What after-sales service? And Luoxi. Sooner or later, a dwarf palace cannot hide its secrets. It will inevitably attract the prying eyes of other major forces. I hope you can help Chusha protect it together. Zhang Chen immediately said, we don't need Chusha for this matter, leave it to me. He had already tasted the sweetness of slaughtering other lords, how could he let go of such an honest opportunity? The deal is done. Zhang Chen once again received 10 million spirit stones, and there is still a balance of 10 million to be settled. And Chusha brought out the best food in the territory, hoping to lure Zhang Chen to have dinner with him. But Zhang Chen glanced at it and couldn't help laughing. It turned out to be the spirit snake soup that Zhang Chen sold yesterday. Considering that this cooperation was pleasant and there would be opportunities for cooperation in the future, Zhang Chen waved his hand. A table of delicious food instantly appeared on the dining table. Except for the 2 epic quality dragon and tiger fight, the others are all excellent quality delicacies. These delicacies are all specialties of my territory. Lord and Chusha can try them. But I really have something else to do, so I will leave first. Finished. Ignoring the shocked looks of the 2 women, they stepped onto the dragon's back. Go home, Xiaoju. Okay, Lord. It wasn't until the dragon soared that Chusha realized what she was doing, waving her little fist and shouting. Zhang Chen, now that I have epic heroes and commanding troops, I will never lose to you in the battle for mayor. Zhang Chen didn't look back, just waved his hand. Stop dreaming, finally returned to the territory. As soon as he jumped off the dragon's back, Zhang Chen saw Angel Yan walking out of Zuixian Tower with a satisfied look on his face, rubbing his belly. Zhang Chen laughed and said, Yan, how is the food in the territorial canteen? The angels in Merlot Heaven are all warriors. Who knows how to cook delicious food? Yan fell instantly. But she said stubbornly, I must admit that the Lord is a man who understands life, but gluttony can only make people corrupt. Ha ha. Looking at the tough-talking Yan, Zhang Chen laughed loudly, and then said to the Empress and others, "Come on, let's go eat first." Angel Yan was left in a mess. Hey, why is he smiling like that? Is my personality broken? In Tianzi private room, Zhang Chen was not in a hurry to eat, but opened the regional channel and posted a purchase message. Zhang Chen, brothers, I want to buy a set of around level 10. The Ranger series is the best. Buy it at a high price. Please leave a note in the private message. One stone stirs up 1,000 waves. Ooh, it's been a long time, and the great God finally bubbled up. Everyone, come out and see God. Brother Zhang Chen, as long as I let my little sister sleep for one night, I will give you 10,000 spiritual stones with both hands. Create an outstanding military unit of your own and break Blue Star's century-old record. It's fake. Brother, so many of us have been talking about this all afternoon and you still don't believe it. Show me the screenshot and I'll believe it. It's a shame, you are. This is not news from the regional channel. How can I take a screenshot? Wei Ming. Okay, everyone, don't pay attention to that bad thing. If anyone wants a suit from me, Boss Zhang Chen, don't hide it. Yellow. As the town mobilized, Zhang Chen soon received private messages from several lords. Zhang Chen is now rich and powerful and has won them all. He randomly took out a piece of fine-grade courage boots and opened the enhancement list. Then a smile appeared on his face, seemingly saying nonsense. As expected, the suit is still a suit after being strengthened. Zhang Chen began to check the enhancement lists of several sets of suits in turn, and found equipment that suited Tianyan disciples. When it comes to spending tens of millions of spiritual stones, Zhang Chen doesn't dare to be hasty. After comparing for 10 minutes, Zhang Chen finally found a set that he was satisfied with. That's it. Consume 3 million spirit stones and choose Strengthening Direction 38, Flowing Cloud Immortal Armor. Consume 2 million spirit stones, choose the Strengthening Direction 38, Luyun Shanlu. Consumption. The Luyun suit is a 4-piece set, including armor, helmet, shoes, and weapons. The legend is born. 4 golden lights shot up into the sky, startling everyone. Wait for the light to dissipate. 4 pieces of legendary equipment exuding powerful spiritual power were floating 3 feet above the ground out of thin air. Seeing the powerful attributes of Luyun suit, Zhang Chen was excited. With the Luyun suit, he could finally mass-produce epic arms. Luyun Immortal Armor Legend. Level 10. Rugged 150. Attributes: Physique plus 4-5, Spiritual Power plus 1-5, Soul plus 1-5, Carrying minus 15. Skill: Cloud Ring, Flowing Cloud Immortal Sword Legend. Level 10. Sharpness 145. Strong 100. Attributes: Physique plus 3-5, Spiritual Power plus 1-5, Soul plus 1-0, Carrying minus 12. Skill: Cloud Sword, Open black lens bracket Flowing Cloud Immortal Footwear Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket Flowing Cloud Immortal Helmet Close black lens bracket. Suit bonus except for carrying capacity, all attributes are increased by 40, additional passive effect Body like Flowing Clouds is added, and the speed is increased by 50%. The Luyun suit is a typical physics-based suit. Taking into account the effect of the suit, it can increase one's physical strength by 165 points. Moreover, the load required is not high, so a level 10 Tianyan disciple can just wear it. The 4 skill effects of Yunjian, Yunwan, Yunying, Yunqing are equivalent to Dacheng A level skills. It has complete attack, defense, body skills, and resistance, with no shortcomings. Looking at the attributes of this set of equipment, the Empress was even happier than Zhang Chen. Lord, if you wear such a powerful suit, next time you go out to fight monsters, you won't need me to be your bodyguard, right? Zhang Chen shook his head. The Luyun suit is not for me to wear. The Empress couldn't believe it. Could it be that they were worn for me? No, Zhang Chen smiled mysteriously. It's for Tianyan disciples. The Empress suddenly saw. You want. Whoosh. At this time, Angel Yan's figure suddenly shot in from the window and shouted. Lord, I just sensed huge energy fluctuations, but are there enemies? Then, she took a breath of air. What a powerful piece of equipment. and there seems to be some kind of resonance between the 4 pieces of equipment. Are you full? When you are full, come with me to Tianyan Pavilion. Zhang Chen stood up and said to Angel Yan. Hiko, come with us. Although it was already night, there were disciples coming in and out of Tianyan Pavilion from time to time. After all, Tianyan Pavilion has special training places such as the Enlightenment Room and Spirit Gathering Room, so practicing can get twice the result with half the effort. Zhang Chen watched for a while and then caught a disciple with higher skill proficiency. May I have your name? This disciple was petite in stature and had a delicate face. When he saw that the Lord and the Holy Master were coming, he quickly said, Lord, my disciple's surname is Li Mingyan. The name is not bad. Zhang Chen waved his hand and sprinkled a golden light. Energy consumption 1760. Your soldier Li Yan's level will be improved, currently level 4. Open black lens bracket consumption, close black lens bracket. After consuming 35,000 energy points, Li Yan was promoted to level 10. Only after level 10 can Tianyan disciples start training. Immediately afterwards, Zhang Chen waved his hand again, and the Luyun suit appeared in front of Li Yanren. Put it on and enter the training tower. A series of changes shocked Li Yan. This is legendary equipment. The Empress had endured it for a long time and finally said weakly, Lord, the purpose of the training tower is to polish their willpower and skills. Isn't it okay to be opportunistic? Zhang Chen asked back, what is the purpose of sharpening your will? The Empress said, of course it is to become a strong person. Then what am I doing now? Zhang Chen smiled lightly and said, why go all the way to Rome when you could have been born in Rome? Are you looking for abuse? The Empress was speechless. In fact, what the Empress said makes sense, but it does not apply to the battlefield of all races. As a qualified lord, Zhang Chen wants to maximize profits. While talking, Li Yan had already put on the Luyun suit. Under the rule of the Empress, the basic attributes are as follows. Open black lens bracket Li Yan close black lens bracket. Level 10. Attributes. Physique 288, Spiritual Power 182, Soul 128, Carrying 3. Skill. Osumu Sword Style. Zhang Chen couldn't help but sigh. Where the hell is the panel for level 10 outstanding arms? Li Yan's physique has surpassed the level 10 legendary dragon, and with 5 powerful skills, she may be able to kill Long Ju alone. Zhang Chen encouraged loudly. Go, girl, and become the #1 Tianyan true successor in the territory. Li Yan said loudly. Thank you Lord for your support. Finished. Entering the experience tower with excitement. Your soldier Li Yan has applied for trial. Is it approved? Opening the experience tower consumes 36,640 energy points. Close black lens bracket. Approve. The energy required to upgrade epic troops to level 10 is about 2-2.5 times that of outstanding troops. If energy is not required to open the experience tower, then you can wait until the Tianyan disciples are higher in level before advancing. Unfortunately, heaven did not give Zhang Chen a chance to take advantage of the situation. The first floor of the training tower lit up, immediately causing many Tianyan disciples to point their fingers. The Empress saw this and said, Lord, there are 9 floors in the training tower. It may take several hours for the disciples to break through. I am here to guard you. You can go and rest first. How many hours? Zhang Chen laughed. That is simply an insult to the legendary suit. As soon as he finished speaking, the second level of the experience tower lit up. The Empress was speechless. This only takes 10 seconds. During the waiting period, Zhang Chen put the 1,000 pieces of spiritual snake soup produced by Zuixian Tower that day on the exchange, and the unit price was still 2,000. Although the selling prompts continue to sound, it is no longer as popular as yesterday. Zhang Chen was mentally prepared for this. After all, there are only so many second-generation leaders with purchasing power in the novice town. Half an hour later. Tip. Your soldier Li Yan passed the trial and advanced to the true legend of Tianyan epic. Close black lens bracket. Almost at the same time, a ray of light fell from the top of the trial tower, wrapping Li Yan's figure. Li Yan looked excited. Lord, I succeeded. I am a true disciple. Zhang Chen immediately asked, how do you feel? Is it difficult? Li Yan thought for a while and said, destroy the dead. Good. Zhang Chen was extremely satisfied. He opened Li Yan's panel and confirmed that Tianyan true biography was also within the Empress control, and then said to the Tianyan disciples who were watching. Who's coming next? I. Tianyan disciples actively signed up, and their loyalty levels also increased significantly, generally reaching over 90 points. Fan Yantian is very discerning and takes the initiative to maintain order. Come one by one, everyone stands in a row, 1 meter apart. The Empress looked at the reactions of her disciples and sighed. It seems that I was really wrong. Angel Yan smiled and said, in our Merlot heaven, 90% of the combat power of the angel warriors comes from the dark plane of the civilized god, so I agree with the Lord's approach. At this moment, the night is deep. Although there was still something to do, Zhang Chen was a little tired after a busy day. Zhang Chen yawned. He first upgraded all the Tianyan disciples who were about to be promoted to level 10, and then set the experience tower to automatically open mode. Then let Judy and Shengji take turns to organize Tianyan disciples to participate in the training. After doing all this, Zhang Chen returned to the bedroom of the Lord's mansion. To Zhang Chen's surprise, the area of the Lord's mansion that was promoted to level 3 more than doubled. Not only is the master bedroom much more luxurious, there are also 2 more guest bedrooms. Sister Yan, you came at the right time, the Empress said with envy. You don't know, I have been laying the floor for several days. Angel Yan hesitated for a moment and then said, I am already 7,000 years old. Empress, at the same time, Blue Star, Dragon City. Shenyang Palace. Ying Yinmin also yawned, but she just woke up. At noon, she was so angry that her blood evolved and her body functions were greatly consumed. After returning to Blue Star, he confessed a few words and then fell asleep, scaring the palace into chaos. At this moment, when Ying Yinmin woke up, a middle-aged female official appeared quietly. Your Highness, the military symbols and hero orders you need have been prepared. Also, Your Highness must be hungry. Why not return to the battlefield of all races after having dinner? Ying Yinmin touched his withered belly. I'm really hungry. The table was quickly filled with sumptuous supper. Ying Yinmin said casually while eating. Baizhan, is there anything major happening on the 10,000 races battlefield during this period? It was a casual question, but the female officer's words made her stunned. There is a lord in the new area who has created his own outstanding troops and has issued an announcement on the Blue Star territory. Ying Yinmin's eyes narrowed. He took a bite of the dragon steak and said, create your own outstanding military unit. Could it be that some expert entered the new area to rebuild? No, a trace of confusion flashed in the female officer's eyes. But a young man named Zhang Chen from Donghai City, Jiangnan Province. I know this is incredible, but this news has been confirmed by multiple channels. Ying Yinmin was stunned. Tell me again, what's it called? Zhang Chen. No way. Ying Yinmin quickly asked, which novice town is this Zhang Chen from? 10,086. Snap. Ying Yinmin dropped the dragon steak in his hand on the dining table and murmured. It's really him. So, 300 arms are actually real. Thinking about how Zhang Chen was speechless when he sprayed before returning to Blue Star at noon, Ying Yinmin's cheeks instantly felt hot. It was so exciting to squirt then, but how embarrassing it is now. But this guy is quite a gentleman, and he didn't come back. At this time, the female officer continued. We suspect that this Zhang Chen is the reincarnation of a certain immortal spirit, and the mystery of the womb has been solved, but this guess is still being evidenced. Impossible, Ying Yinmin immediately retorted. How can a native leopard whose eyes glow green when he sees 2 million spiritual stones be the reincarnation of an immortal? If you don't want to eat, I will return to the battlefield of all races. Shenyang Palace naturally has its own altar of 2 realms. There was a flash of light. Ying Yinmin appeared in the territory. Your Highness, you are back. As a hero, Meng Tian is not qualified to receive announcements from heaven. After hearing the news from Ying Yinmin, he was stunned and in disbelief. And Ying Yinmin didn't care about the dead of night and directly dialed Anchusha's video. Anchusha was about to go to sleep, but she immediately became energetic when she saw the little sisters. Sister Ying, you are finally back. Let me tell you, Zhang Chen never lies. And now I am also a boss with an epic hero. Okay, everything is fine with Zhang Chen, Ying Yinmin said although he was perfunctory, but he was also really happy for Anchusha, and then said with a look of anticipation, "What time will we make an appointment tomorrow? I will bring back 6 pieces this time. Epic weapon talisman, including 3 teams of Iron Eagle warriors. The talisman that binds the troops is so inhumane." Anchusha sighed, and then said a little embarrassedly, "But no need, sister, Zhang Chen has cleared that mountain range today." Sooner or later, this matter could not be concealed, so Anchusha simply poured out. "And there is a dwarf palace in that mountain range. The epic military building dwarf palace." Ying Yinmin was startled, then gritted his teeth. He actually got the better of him again. "Anchusha, why do you need to add the word, and, comma?" The next day, as soon as Zhang Chen got up, he learned that the dwarf troops had returned to the territory overnight under the leadership of Giselle. Out of curiosity, Zhang Chen asked Li Yan to fight with a storm guardian. The result is no surprise. Li Yan won with a crushing attitude. After a night of promotions, Tianyin Zhenjuan has reached 16th place. However, the energy consumption of more than 1.7 million really made Zhang Chen feel pain. Counting the upgrades of the dwarf warriors, more than half of the 3.6 million energy used to kill the king of the hill yesterday has been consumed. After breakfast, Zhang Chen quickly took stock of the current status of the territory. Heroes: Empress, Yan. Troops: Black Dragon 12, Goddess Warrior 12, 9 Heavens Saint 9, Tianyan True Transmission 16, Tianyan Disciple 284, Hill King 1, Storm Guardian 2, Dwarf Rocketeer 20, Centaur Leader 16. Peasant: Peasant 552, Legendary Peasant 2. Resource points: Wood Mining 41, Quarry 35, Iron Ore 25, Concentrated Iron Ore 4, Crystal Ore 1, Gold Ore 1. The troops are strong and the horses are strong, and the food and grass are sufficient. Zhang Chen boasted, and then opened the mystery house as usual to check out today's products. Any door. Zhang Chen's eyes lit up. What a good start. I wonder if Ying Yinmin will accept it. The mystery house does not necessarily spawn anything. Except for the dark lure that spawned on the first day, the past few days have been filled with materials, equipment and the like. Today I finally found something good again, and the price is only 20,000 spirit stones. Zhang Chen took it without hesitation. Then immediately connect to Yinmin's video. The other party connected quickly. Ying Yinmin seemed a little surprised. The great master Zhang Chen, who is famous as Blue Star, actually took the initiative to contact me, which really flatters me. Zhang Chen smiled and said, "Boss, you are just kidding me. I have obtained another arbitrary door. Do you want me to do more?" Ying Yinmin: "Yes, after level 3, portals can be built in the territory, and the practical value of any door has been greatly reduced." But Ying Yinmin didn't blink, making Zhang Chen lament the importance of having a good father again. The transaction was completed, and Zhang Chen once again received 1 million spiritual stones. Ying Yinmin continued, "Classmate Zhang Chen, I was just looking for you." Zhang Chen smiled and said, "What's wrong, boss?" Ying Yinmin said solemnly, "Now, I, Ying Yinmin, descendant of the first queen, formally invite you to become my vassal lord." Zhang Chen was shocked. "Subordinate lord? Are you kidding me? How could one invite someone to be a vassal lord early in the morning?" But considering Ying Yinmin's true identity, it's not surprising that he would do such a thing. Ying Yinmin was a little anxious. "I have a special identity, I can't tell you yet. But in short, you believe me, you will never regret becoming my vassal lord. How about I sponsor your startup capital of 50 million spiritual stones first, what do you think?" Zhang Chen was speechless. Should I say it or not, the rich woman smells really good. However, vassal lords are not just words, but under the witness of heaven, they not only enjoy rights but also perform obligations. Seeing Zhang Chen didn't say anything, Ying Yinmin continued to increase the price. "How about 100 million? Zhang Chen was afraid that if this situation continued, he would really give in. "If I remember correctly, you can only have the quota of vassal lord after you become the mayor of the town. Isn't it the mayor?" Ying Yinmin pouted. "According to the current development rate, it is estimated that the battle for the mayor will begin in 2 days. Zhang Chen said. "But, what if you can't become the mayor?" "No way." Ying Yinmin finally understood and said with a surprised smile, "Do you want to compete with me for the position of mayor?" Zhang Chen smiled and said, "Do you want to make a bet?" Ying Yinmin was full of confidence. "Okay. If you can take the position of mayor from me, I will be your vassal lord." "Be my vassal lord." Zhang Chen was a little moved. Taking in Zulong's daughter will make people famous. But after thinking about it, Zhang Chen still refused. "I also like those 100 million spirit stones." He was really afraid that the ancestor dragon would be angry and rain down his army directly from the third heaven. Although the cost is huge, it is not without precedent. "I think you are obsessed with money." Zhang Chen's choice made Ying Yinmin feel offended. "Okay, I will give you 100 million spiritual stones if you lose, and you will become my vassal lord if you lose." Zhang Chen was overjoyed. A gentleman's words are hard to catch up with. Winning Yinmin is equally happy. "Classmate Zhang Chen, do you think you can compete with me for the position of mayor with an epic hero and a large group of outstanding soldiers?" In the battle for the mayor, it is always important not to have too many soldiers but to have the best. Besides, the test of the official system is not just as simple as fighting, but also construction, collection, planting, etc. Do you have high-quality farmers? Be good and clean up, and prepare to be my vassal lord, ha ha ha. Toot toot. After Ying Yinmin declared victory, he hung up the video. Zhang Chen said helplessly, "Still so arrogant." However, Zhang Chen had some expectations in his eyes. "I don't know what form this battle for the Lord will take. Secret realm, tower defense, breakthrough, arena, or melee." However, no matter which way, Zhang Chen could not find a reason for losing. Restricted by the rules of heaven, the highest quality props that can be brought in from the main world in the new area are epic. No matter how awesome Brother Zheng is, he can't be more awesome than Tiandao. Therefore, he definitely won this bet. Thinking that 100 million spiritual stones would be received in a few days, Zhang Chen happily hummed a tune and took out an exquisite talisman. E-level territory advancement talisman plus, after use, the F-level Lord talent can be advanced to E-level. There were 3 in the caravan at that time, and he captured them all. If I remember correctly, green waters and green mountains should be picturesque when upgraded to level E. It has no use except to increase the happiness of the people in the territory. But what about higher levels? The value of a territory advancement talisman is no less than a lord's heart of the same quality, so no one has ever used a high-level territory advancement talisman on the lord talent of the entertainment genre green waters and green mountains. After all, if you have that kind of money, it would be more cost-effective to just buy the finished product. But I'm different. I have the ability, but I don't have the choice. Thinking of this, Zhang Chen took action immediately. Consume 100,000 spirit stones, choose the strengthening direction 2, D-level territory advancement talisman. Consume 1 million spiritual stones, choose the strengthening direction 3, C-level territory advancement talisman. After the strengthening was completed, Zhang Chen gently tossed the 3 territory advancement talismans in his hand. To advance the territory, directly advance to the C-level Lord talent. The 3 territory advancement symbols were turned into bits of energy and thrown into the Lord's mansion. Tip: if you use the E-level territory advancement talisman, the Lord's talent will be upgraded to picturesque. Close black lens bracket. Note: after advancement, the effect of the original talent is retained. Tip: if you use the D-level territory advancement talisman, the Lord's talent will be upgraded to 4 seasons like spring. Close black lens bracket. The effect was immediate. Zhang Chen has mastered so many attribute books and is now considered a little master with keen senses. He felt that the surrounding environment was instantly adjusted to the most comfortable level for him. He took a deep breath and felt refreshed. And judging from the talent description, this effect seems to vary from person to person. For example, if Zhang Chen recruits a Flame Lord, then the Flame Lord will feel the environment that is most suitable for him. Tip: if you use the C-level territory advancement talisman, the Lord's talent will be upgraded to Spiritual Mist. Click. It sounded like an eggshell cracking. A trace of spiritual energy precipitated from the void at a speed visible to the naked eye. Soon, within the 30,000 square meters covered by the territory, there is abundant spiritual energy, and even traces of atomized spiritual energy can occasionally be seen. It's awesome. The concentration of spiritual energy is probably higher than before. 10 times. The Empress did not know when she appeared next to Zhang Chen. The concentration of spiritual energy in the Tianzi private room in Zuoxian Tower is only 5 times higher. Under this concentration of spiritual energy, not only will the cultivation of the skills be accelerated, but the recovery of spiritual power will also be accelerated. In this way, Tianyin disciples can use their skills more often, and they will soon be able to become more proficient in Dazumi sword style and even master it. Zhang Chen looked over. As expected, the Tianyin disciples who were taking turns resting in the territory at the moment cheered for joy, and their loyalty increased again. Zhang Chen nodded and said, "The stronger the techniques and skills, the better, but we must not abandon the basics and compete with the weak. The foundation of the battlefield of all races is level. After the territory is advanced." Zhang Chen no longer had any major matters at hand, and he finally felt at ease. He does also have a deep-sea bait. But with this bait, Zhang Chen plans to use a bigger one. Therefore, Zhang Chen plans to use more Tianyin Zhenjuan in larger quantities. After all, stability is the most important thing. If you're idle, you're idle. Let's clean up the inventory these days. The so-called inventory mainly refers to low-level treasure chests. Excellent treasure chest, 845. Ordinary treasure chest, 4623. Toot toot. Right now, the prompt sounded suddenly. Hey, is there another announcement on the regional channel? Zhang Chen opened it and took a look. Announcement. In view of the fact that the development of 10,086 town is far above the average level, the resource collection ranking list is triggered. Close black lens bracket. The lord with the first points will be rewarded with an epic treasure chest. Close black lens bracket. The 2nd to 10th lord with points will be rewarded with an excellent treasure chest. Close black lens bracket. The 11th 100th lord with points will be rewarded with a rare treasure chest. Close black lens bracket. Calculation rules. During the ranking period, for each unit of ordinary resources obtained, 1 point will be awarded, for superior resources, 10 points will be awarded, and so on. The resource points list is updated in real time. Close black lens bracket. Settlement time, 12 o'clock noon tomorrow. Close black lens bracket. Resource collection. Interesting. Zhang Chen clicked on the list below. 1. Wei Ming. 11. 2. Wen Yin Man. 9. 3. Huang Zan. 8. 4. Tushan Yueyu. 7. 5. The values on the points list are updated in real time. Perhaps Wei Ming just produced 1 unit of excellent resources, so he directly reached the first place. But just 5 seconds later, he was overtaken by Ying Yinman. Looking at the list, Zhang Chen silently took out a unit of crystal. Consume 100 spirit stones, strengthen direction 21, empty crystal stone. Empty crystal is an associated resource of ordinary crystal mines. It is of rare quality and is a necessary resource for building portals. The other lords in the town may not even have 3 books, so Zhang Chen is not in a hurry to build the portal now. Strengthen the moment when the empty crystal is released. Zhang Chen instantly gained 100 points and reached the top of the list. Sure enough, the enhanced resources are also counted as part of the territory's resource collection. By this time, regional channels were already in full swing. Resource collection. This is probably the only fair list since the opening of the district, right? Haha, the big guys have high-quality farmers at the beginning, and their output can be doubled at every turn. Do you think it's fair? Damn it, how did Master Zhang Chen increase his points by 100 points instantly? Brothers upstairs, do you still remember the murder caused by a gold mine? Gold is a rare resource, and each unit has 100 points. Soon, another group of dark horses emerged. And Chusha rose to first place quickly and steadily. How come Goddess and is so fierce? Damn it, she's number 1. And Chusha, most of the areas near my territory are high-quality resource points, so I don't have enough ordinary resources. Oh. Such Versailles immediately aroused a burst of envy, jealousy and hatred. Only Zhang Chen knew what was going on. It seems that Anchusha's physique can not only attract powerful beings, but also attract high-quality resources. How enviable. Ying Yinman. Chu Sha is so lucky. Ying Yinman, who has a large number of epic farmers, also reached second place. And Chusha, Sister Ying, if you need it, you can come to my place to mine. Ying Yinmin said quickly. No, no. You have high-level resource points, and I have epic farmers. We sisters will compete for the first place based on our abilities and create a good story. And Chusha said proudly, okay. Really. Less than 10 minutes. The two women distanced themselves from Zhang Chen. After all, Zhang Chen only had 2 legendary farmers. Wei Ming. Epic farmers. It seems that this time, the first place will be between the 2 goddesses. Huang Zan. Does this break the curse of Master Zhang Chen being number 1? Suddenly, someone said excitedly. Sure enough, the resources released from the treasure chest are also counted. If I had known, I would have accumulated the treasure chests before. Ha ha ha, I have saved dozens of treasure chests but haven't opened them yet. I was afraid of opening up resources before, but now I really hope they are all resources. Dozens of treasure chests. I'm so jealous. Seeing this, Zhang Chen glanced at the thousands of treasure boxes piled up in his warehouse, with a somewhat doubtful expression on his face. This is the top of the list. Do I have any special physique? Shaking his head to get rid of the strange thoughts in his mind, Zhang Chen shouted. Empress, open the treasure chest. Hearing the treasure chest, the Empress suddenly appeared next to Zhang Chen and said expectantly. Is there an epic treasure chest? No. Then can you use your ability to make some? Is this really addictive? Zhang Chen said angrily. No. Work first, work hard and you'll be there tomorrow. Of course, ordinary treasure chests are of little significance. Zhang Chen still plans to strengthen them all into sophisticated treasure chests with the highest cost performance. Because a sophisticated treasure chest can at least produce blueprints, and 100 spirit stones are not expensive anyway. That's all. Zhang Chen and the Empress, one strengthened and the other activated, had a clear division of labor and were very busy. You open the fine treasure chest and get the ox zontering knife, fine quality *1. You open the fine treasure chest and get fine wood 70. Open black lens bracket, you turn on, close black lens bracket. But the lords who have been paying attention to the standings are no longer calm. Just 1 minute later, the Empress then provided thousands of units of excellent resources and tens of thousands of points, allowing Zhang Chen to naturally reach the top of the list. Wei Ming. Boss Zhang, has he opened the treasure chest? Ying Yinmin. How many resources can be obtained from the treasure chest? It's just a temporary top spot. It doesn't make any sense. Tushin Yueyu. Sister Ying, do you want to make a bet and let's take a gamble? Ying Yinmin. Yueyu, you still bet on Zhang Chen to win? Tushin Yueyu. Yeah, Yueyu wants to make money. Ying Yinmin. Haha, Yueyu, you are so silly and cute. And Chusha. Yueyu, listen to your sister. Zhang Chen's rise to the top of the list by opening the treasure box is only temporary. Once the treasure box is opened, he will be unable to continue. After all, there will be more than a day before the settlement is completed. This analysis was reasonable and Tushin Yueyu hesitated. After this hesitation, the betting was not started. The skill of speaking. Zhang Chen's points have reached 20,000. Wei Ming. Boss Zhang Chen is so awesome. I'm afraid I have to open hundreds of exquisite treasure chests. Ying Yinmin. What's the use? He can open 100, but also 1,000. Another 10 minutes passed. Zhang Chen's points have exceeded 100,000. Tushin Yueyu. Sister N, is it too late for Yueyu to open the betting market now? And Chusha was also shocked and started to make excuses. Now it seems that the scene is very anxious. Most of the lords stopped what they were doing and stared at the rapidly and steadily beating numbers at the top of the list. Less than 1 hour, Zhang Chen's points finally exceeded the 500,000 mark. Ying Yinmin finally couldn't help it anymore. This is so stupid. Tushin Yueyu. Woo-hoo-hoo, Yueyu missed another 100 million. And Chusha. Everyone went crazy. Master Zhang Chen has opened 1,000 exquisite treasure chests. What kind of explosion rate is this? Does the talent Green Waters and Green Mountains really have a hidden lucky attribute? Maybe it is true. You don't know that just yesterday, the Lord's heart with the Green Water and Green Mountains talent in Donghai City was out of stock. But no matter how crazy or jealous they are, they can't stop Zhang Chen's rapid increase in points. At noon, resource scoreboard. 1. Zhang Chen. 1,563,250. 2. And Chusha. 48,250. 3. Ying Yin Man, 46,672. 4. Tushin Yueyu, 12,365. 5. Wei Ming, 11,082. 6. Zhang Chen, I'm done. Although I have rushed to the top of the list, but just like what the boss Yinman just said, this is only temporary. After all, there is still 1 day left, right? Come on, everyone. Ying Yinman, with more than 1 million points, even if Ying Yinman and Enchusha were tied together, it would be impossible to surpass Zhang Chen in 1 day. What's more, Zhang Chen's output is not low. That is to say, there is still 1 day left before the list is announced, and Zhang Chen has already secured the victory. It seems to be saying, you guys compete for second place. Enchusha made a rare complaint. Yueyu, how about we bet on who will come in second? Tushin Yueyu, but I just want to bet that brother Zhang Chen will win. After a long time, someone asked weakly, can any academic master analyze how Master Zhang Chen did it? This requires at least 2,000 to 3,000 rare treasure chests. Everyone was talking about it, but there was no decent result from the discussion. Everyone came to only one conclusion: Zhang Chen is a bastard. Zhang Chen silently glanced at the screen. He was curious who could guess the answer first. At this time, Tushin Yueyu suddenly said, I know. The Hall of Fame is the Hall of Fame, right? Zhang Chen chuckled lightly when he saw this. The little fox thinks very fast. And Chusha also suddenly realized, Yueyu is so smart, why didn't I think of that? Many still have doubts. Wei Ming explained. It seems that Boss Zhang just found a reputation palace and used all the 10,000 reputation points as rewards for his own troops to exchange for exquisite treasure chests. Awesome. My little brother is in awe. The Hall of Reputation is a building that appears randomly in the wild. Its existence time is uncertain, its exchange items are uncertain, and its inventory is uncertain. Ying Yinman. I feel like God is helping him. Wei Ming. I'm sorry, Boss Zhang. I shouldn't have questioned whether you could get the top spot just now. From now on, I will definitely learn from you and support the boss without any brains. Tushin Yueyu. Are you saying I'm brainless? Hee. Seeing this, Zhang Chen chuckled. Looking at Wei Ming, Zhang Chen suddenly thought that he still had a semi-abandoned centaur lair. In line with the principle that no matter how small a mosquito is, it is still meat, Zhang Chen dialed Wei Ming's video request. The result is instantaneous, but there were bursts of shouts of harmony and the sound of weapons clashing from the opposite side. Zhang Chen apologized. I'm sorry, Brother Wei, seeing that you were still in the water group just now, I thought you were idle, but I didn't expect you were fighting. How about I contact you later? Before Zhang Chen hung up, Wei Ming appeared in the camera with a smile on his face. It's just a small goblin tribe. It won't be a problem. If Boss Zhang Chen has anything to do, just give me your orders. You can feel Wei Ming's excitement through the screen. Zhang Chen was sure that Wei Ming was not in danger, so he smiled and said, it's like this. There is a centaur nest between your territory and mine. It can produce centaur warriors, centaur leaders and centaur leaders. It is of no use to me now. I wonder if Brother Wei is interested. The elite troops were rubbish to Zhang Chen, but the more they were to ordinary lords, the better. Wei Ming's eyes were filled with joy and he said very wisely, thank you for taking care of me, boss. I will transfer the 100,000 spirit stones to you right now. It's not worth that much. Zhang Chen was satisfied with Wei Ming's success, but still said, just the market price, 30,000 spirit stones. Wei Ming didn't insist. Okay, boss, if you need my help in the future, just give me your orders. After hanging up the communication, Zhang Chen laughed. This guy has a good character and knows the current affairs. If there is a chance, he can help him. After accidentally picking up an epic treasure chest, Zhang Chen began to sort the treasure chest harvest into categories. 150,000 units of high-quality resources are enough for Zhang Chen to use 4 books. Then there are more than 2,000 pieces of sophisticated equipment. Zhang Chen asked Fanyan Tian to distribute it to Tianyan Pavilion disciples who needed it. Although it was only sophisticated equipment, it was better than nothing. The rest are thrown to the exchange, and the auction lasts for 1 hour. Zhang Chen's actions instantly broke the balance of supply and demand in the town. Some people on the regional channels complained, while others were ecstatic. Uori, the economy of my territory depends entirely on one elite blacksmith. If the boss does this, I will go bankrupt. Brother Zhang Chen is mighty. My little sister brought back an excellent weapon talisman from Blue Star this time. She just lacks equipment. In addition to resources and equipment, Zhang Chen values the most blueprints. Farmland drawing *11, pasture drawing *4, arrow tower drawing *8, watch tower drawing *2, spring drawing *1, honeycomb drawing *1. It can be said that the harvest is huge. Finally, a sentry tower. Zhang Chen was quite envious when he saw the sentry tower in Anchusha's territory yesterday. After opening the enhancement list of the sentry tower, Zhang Chen smiled. Sure enough, there is an anti-hidden building like a watchtower. However, there is still plenty of funds now, so Zhang Chen is naturally not satisfied with just building a watchtower. After thinking about it, Zhang Chen chose the one with the most cost-effectiveness. Consume 200,000 spirit stones and choose the strengthening direction 5, lighthouse. The lighthouse was quickly built. Zhang Chen directly upgraded it to level 3. Open black lens bracket lighthouse, close black lens bracket. Level 3. Skill 1, illuminate the fog of war within 1,300 meters. Skill 2, mark the enemy and release invisible units for 5 minutes. Skill 3, under the light of a lighthouse, the negative status of one's own unit can be dispelled to a certain extent. The effect depends on the level of the lighthouse and the strength of both parties. Skill 4, night lighting, brightness can be adjusted. Not bad. Needless to say, the first 3 functions are very practical combat skills. The 4th function is that it can be used as a street light at night. Improve the happiness index and loyalty of the people in the territory. After setting the lighting time and brightness of the lighthouse, Zhang Chen took out the drawing of the spring eye with a rare tangled look on his face. Spring eye is a relatively unpopular architectural drawing. Many buildings in the enhancement list are good, such as the spiritual spring of various levels. Whether used for drinking or irrigation, the effect is very significant. But what troubled Zhang Chen the most was the strengthening direction at the bottom of the list. Strengthening direction 76, Fountain of Life, legendary, consumes 100 million spirit stones. Although the Fountain of Life cannot directly improve Zhang Chen's combat effectiveness, the effect is unparalleled. Should I choose the Fountain of Life directly, or should I continue to wait for the appropriate legendary military building? Zhang Chen still has one more opportunity to strengthen without consumption. The reason why we decided to leave it to legendary military buildings was before. Not only because the military building is the most expensive, but also because a legendary military building can definitely double Zhang Chen's hard power. And the Fountain of Life. Quickly recovering injuries and restoring spiritual energy are only secondary functions. The most terrifying thing is that the Fountain of Life can resurrect troops and heroes, consuming only a little energy in a little time. With the Fountain of Life, Zhang Chen will have a terrifying sustainability ability. As long as he is not abused by others, he will be invincible. It's really hard to choose. Finally, Zhang Chen let out a breath. Even the materials to build the Fountain of Life will require tens of millions of spiritual stones to strengthen it. First, wait for Ying Yinmen to get the 100 million spiritual stones. If there is no suitable military building by then, build the Fountain of Life first. Thinking of this, Zhang Chen first put away the fountain eye drawing. Also put away together was the honeycomb drawing. After all, Zhang Chen only has more than 6 million spirit stones in his hands now, and the war is imminent, so these money must be reserved for contingency purposes. For the rest of the time, the territory is developing steadily and the town is calm. It wasn't until late at night when Zhang Chen was about to fall asleep that he suddenly received a reminder from heaven. Your hero Yan captures an energy stone mine. Energy stone mine. Zhang Chen suddenly sat up from the bed. This is the farming lord's favorite. In the battlefield of all races, in addition to the mainstream of killing monsters, there are naturally other ways to obtain energy. For example, the energy gathering room of Tianyan Pavilion. Another example is the energy stone mine discovered by Angel Yan. As long as farmers mine it, they can continuously obtain territory energy. Although the quantity is not large, it is more stable and safe. Zhang Chen immediately built a quarry and then asked several Tianyan disciples to escort the farmers there. However, Yan is too self-disciplined. Are you still playing wild in the middle of the night? Zhang Chen didn't even see Yan's shadow that day. Of course, Yan was not lazy, but contributed 1,428 battle logs in one day. After a short interlude, Zhang Chen fell asleep beautifully. The next morning, when Zhang Chen walked out of the Lord's mansion, Cynthia had been waiting with 5 goddess warriors for a long time. Good day, Lord. The goddess warrior has escorted Nong Yi back to the team. Zhang Chen looked at the 6 dusty goddess warriors and said with a smile. It'll be nice to come back. You must have had a hard time traveling all night. You guys will rest in the territory in the morning, and there will be a big battle in the afternoon. In order to build Tianyan Pavilion, Zhang Chen left 6 goddess warriors led by Cynthia in the gold mine. The lords near the gold mine were almost killed by Zhang Chen. There were abundant monster resources, so Zhang Chen simply let them stay there to upgrade. Now, several battles were about to begin before Zhang Chen recalled them. When the goddess warriors heard about the battle, a glimmer of expectation flashed in their eyes. Yes, Lord, 12 o'clock sharp. The resource collection rankings were settled as scheduled. The first place in resource collection, Lord Zhang Chen, will be rewarded with an epic treasure chest 1 and reputation 300. Close black lens bracket. Zhang Chen took the top spot in his arms again without any suspense, and once again obtained an epic treasure chest. Empress, there is an epic treasure chest. Just when Zhang Chen shouted, Tiandao actually issued another announcement. Announcement of the ranking reward system for the next stage. Close black lens bracket. The first lord who upgrades 3 books will be rewarded with an excellent treasure chest. Close black lens bracket. The 2nd to 10th lords who upgrade 3 copies will be rewarded with a rare treasure chest. Close black lens bracket. The 11th to 100th lord who upgrades 3 books will be rewarded with a sophisticated treasure chest. Close black lens bracket. Someone on the regional channel said weakly. Someone should have upgraded to level 3 already. I think there's no need to guess anymore. Apart from Zhang Chen, I really can't think of anyone else at the top of the list. Theoretically, Goddess An is surrounded by high-level resource points, and Goddess Ying has epic farmers, so they are both popular candidates. Of course, I said, that's just a theory. Tushin Yueyu. Everyone has learned so well, Yueyu will not be able to make any money in the future. However, none of Ying Yinmen, and Chusha, Wei Ming, Mu Qingxuang and others bubbled up. At this time, the Empress appeared next to Zhang Chen. The Lord is indeed a trustworthy person. Where is the treasure chest? Zhang Chen glanced at the Empress and said, wait a little longer, there may be an outstanding treasure chest, let's go together. Really? Announcement. The first place in Lord Zhang Chen has upgraded 3 copies, with rewards of excellence 1 and reputation 100. Close black lens bracket. And Chusha territory. She looked at the announcement and muttered. After sending Zhang Chen away that day, I took the Dwarf King to clean up the crystal mine overnight. I got up at 4 a.m. yesterday in order to get 3 books in seconds. God knows how painful it was. I didn't expect that Zhang Chen would be one step behind. Soon, an expectant look appeared on Anchusha's face again. I wonder, can I beat Sister Ying this time and get second place? Sure enough, it's him again. Brush. The vertical pupils in Ying Yinman's eyes flashed away, and a panicked sword energy shot out, splitting the level 10 mountain ghost leader in front of him in half. Then, she took a deep breath and stroked her chest. Don't be angry, don't be angry. Thankfully I didn't bubble just now, otherwise I would have been slapped in the face again. Meng Tian was standing not far away to protect Ying Yinman, with a trace of anxiety flashing in his eyes. Why is your highness so angry? Ying Yinman's eyes widened and she said, Sister, it's okay if I don't get angry. Quote. Meng Tian quickly smiled and said, Okay, it's just that after His Highness's last bloodline evolution, his basic attributes increased by almost 30%. Although we are here, His Highness will never be harmed, but with strength, the stronger, the better. Although Ying Yinman understood this truth, he still said, It makes me angry, unless Zhang Chen can defeat me in the battle for mayor. Meng Tian said helplessly, His Royal Highness has the B-level Lord Talent, Golden Arms and Iron Horse. Coupled with the command of General Bai Kong, the attributes of the armor-piercing army and the Iron Eagle warrior are already comparable to those of ordinary epic 4-star units. Although Zhang Chen is a genius, his own creations are only of outstanding quality. How can he compare with His Highness? Bai Kong, the second hero who wins Yinmen, is a burly, unsmiling middle-aged general. He was born as a military strategist, and his command of the armor-piercing army and the Iron Eagle warrior were all B-level. If it weren't for Meng Tian's yin and yang skills that can predict danger, I'm afraid Bai Kong would be the first hero to defeat Yin Man. Bai Kong took a step forward after hearing the words. If I can't help His Highness win the position of mayor, I will come to see you. Ying Yinmen said quickly. General Bai is the nephew of Mr. Wuan. In terms of it, he is still my elder. To say so is really a strong statement. At this time, second place announced. Announcement. The second place Lord Anchusha has upgraded 3 copies, and will be rewarded with a rare treasure chest 1 and a reputation 50. Close black lens bracket. It's actually early summer. Ying Yinmen was stunned for a moment, then said happily. Finally, he is no longer the second child of 10,000 years. The lists are announced one after another. Unsurprisingly, Ying Yinmen finished third. Fourth place, Wei Ming. Fifth place, Mu Qingxuang. Ying Yinmen nodded. This Lieutenant Mu Qingxuang is good. Meng Tian smiled and said, it's not in vain for His Highness to help. Ying Yinmen said in a rare serious tone, soldiers who protect our home and country deserve respect. Lieutenant Mu's territory is close to mine. If you can help, please help. The list was soon announced to number 10. Announcement. The 10th place Lord Tushan Yuyu has upgraded 3 books, and will be rewarded with a rare treasure chest 1 and a reputation 5. Close black lens bracket. It's so fast. There are already 10 lords who have reached 3 copies. Ying Yinmen just finished speaking. The golden announcement suddenly appears and then is directly pinned to the top. Announcement. The following are the rules of the 10,086 Novice Town, Battle of Breaking the Realm, please be prepared, all lords. Close black lens bracket. Immediately afterwards, golden announcements appeared one after another. When the 3 lords of the town reach 100, the town's protective field dissipates. Close black lens bracket. Lords who have reached level 3 and their territory will be transported to the border of the town to resist the invasion of aliens. Close black lens bracket. In addition to obtaining energy and items normally, points will be obtained by killing aliens. Click to view the points rules. The total points reach 1 million, then the town breaks through successfully, and all lords participating in the breaking battle will have +10 attributes in all attributes. If the breaking out fails, all lords will be reduced to 2, and all attributes will -10 points. Close black lens bracket. In the battle to break the territory, the person with the highest points will be the mayor. Add an additional 10 points to all attributes of the mayor, unlocking the mayor's authority. Click to view. Ha ha ha. Ying Yinmen laughed loudly. Great, it's tower defense. This wave is stable. Zhang Chen, this vassal lord, I want to decide. There are only a dozen modes of fighting for the mayor, which have long been studied thoroughly by the ancestors and written into textbooks. The reason why Ying Yinmen is happy. This is because there is no luck involved in the tower defense mode, and it relies entirely on hard power. So, Zhang Chen was equally happy. This wave is stable. Now there are 10 lords who have reached 3 lords, and it is expected to enter the explosive period soon. As soon as tonight, as soon as tomorrow, there will be 100 lords with 3 lords. Certainly, judging from past experience, the way of heaven is still humane. The battle to break the realm may last several hours or longer. If the conditions are met after 9 p.m., the start of the battle will generally be postponed to the next morning. I still have at least half a day to prepare, including that deep-sea bait. At this moment, there was also intense discussion in the regional channel. Holy crap, there are already so many Big Boss 3 books. I didn't even find the crystal mine. My little brother just took down a crystal mine. I expect to be able to get 3 books in seconds tomorrow morning. I wonder if it's too late. If I can't participate in the battle to break the territory this time, then I will have to withdraw from the district and fight again in District 667 next year. The monsters in the crystal mine are too strong. I'm afraid that the troops will suffer too much and I haven't cleared them yet. Now it seems that I have no choice but to bite the bullet. Only 100 lords can participate in the battle to break the realm. So this is not only a simple reward for upgrading 3 books for the top 100, but it is also the first time that the lord attributes have widened the gap. All the lords went crazy for the top 100 spots. Of course there are sober people. Mu Qingshuang. The battle to break the realm depends on everyone's joint efforts. On average, each person must obtain 10,000 points. Don't have the level of 3 copies without the combat power of 3 copies. This is not alarmist. In the past, there were many such negative teaching materials. Most people were greedy for petty advantages and only occupied the quota without contributing. As a result, they failed to break through. Someone immediately retorted, "Sir, you are joking. You should have epic troops to win against the boss Yinmen. There is also the all-excellent troops of the boss Zhang Chen. With so many bosses, you can't even miss 1 point from me. I also plan to go in and get some rewards and then quit." Huang Zan. Everyone can't think like this. If we rely on just a few big guys, we will definitely fail this time, and it will affect all of us. Ying Yinmen also said, "Even if I can get 500,000 points by myself, the remaining 500,000 points still have to rely on everyone." Wei Ming. Haha, brothers, don't forget, in the tower defense mode, you can see everyone resisting several waves of monsters. It's not good to swim too much. Several people used both soft and hard tactics, and all the lords did not dare to mention the reward. Of course, no one knows what they are thinking. I'm afraid the only one who isn't worried is Zhang Chen. Ying Yinmen didn't know Zhang Chen's strength, but Zhang Chen probably knew the details of Ying Yinmen. Zhang Chen felt that just the 2 of them could win 1 million points even with all their efforts. In the past 2 days, most of the energy Zhang Chen gained was used to advance to Tianyan True Succession. It's not that Zhang Chen prefers Tianyan True Transmission, but Tianyan True Transmission can only participate in the training after reaching level 10. Soon, in addition to leaving the centaurs and some Tianyan disciples to garrison the resource points, all high-end combat forces were recalled to the territory by Zhang Chen, including the Empress and Angel Yan, 10 level 8 goddess warriors, 9 level 8 9 heaven saints. There are 4 level 10 dragons and 8 level 8 dragons. 1 level 10 Hill King, 2 level 10 Storm Guardians, 20 level 10 Dwarf Rocketeers. There are 35 level 10 Tianyan True Successors. There are 235 level 5 Tianyan Disciples. I still lack energy, but this lineup should be enough. Zhang Chen took out the deep sea bait from Enchusha and said softly, "Consume 3 million spirit stones and choose the strengthening direction for the ultimate deep sea bait. Strengthening is completed quickly. Ultimate dark black bait. It has a strong attraction to the deep sea tribe and can trigger an ultimate beast tide of the deep sea tribe at the current territory level." At this time, the Empress and Angel Yan came to both sides of Zhang Chen together. Yan stared at the deep sea bait. What a terrifying water spiritual power. This is a deep sea bait. It can summon a large wave of seafood people. There may be legendary strongmen among them, so I summoned you back. Yan was stunned. Seafood people. Zhang Chen had already turned to the Empress. "The treasure chest is finished. I had been paying attention to the regional channel during this period, so I didn't pay attention to the prompt from the Empress to open the treasure chest." "It's finished," the Empress sighed. "It's equipment. Or a long gun." "A long gun. There are no troops or heroes using spears in the territory. Of course, it is definitely not a loss to get weapons from the epic treasure chest, but it is just worse than the Empress' previous record." "Not bad," Zhang Chen comforted, and then said, "Put on the Luyun suit and prepare to fight." The Empress said seriously, "Yes." After everyone was ready, Zhang Chen gently tossed the deep sea bait in his hand. Under the light of the lighthouse, everyone could clearly see that the void hundreds of meters away from the territory started with visible fluctuations and gradually turned into a dark blue barrier. The entire territory seems to be wrapped in the underwater world of the aquarium, and the dark blue barrier is the thin layer of glass. It makes people very worried whether these billions of tons of seawater will tilt down and engulf the territory in the next moment. One after another, either flexible or huge figures, were swimming behind the barrier. Puff! Finally, a figure with bared teeth and claws suddenly passed through the barrier. When he hit the ground, he was still wet. Yan exclaimed in surprise. "They are really seafood people." The Empress added, It looks chewy. Open black lens bracket little king squid close black lens bracket. Race. Deep Sea Tribe. Level. 17. Quality. Rare. Combat power. 62. Skills. Death coil poison water arrow. That's great, a rare squid. Zhang Chen also gave full affirmation. Of course, from the perspective of ingredients. Leave it to Nong Yi to collect it. I'm afraid this size can produce hundreds of units of excellent ingredients. Now that there are more and more people eating in the territory, high-end ingredients are already in short supply. Bang, bang. Soon, hundreds of baby king squids fell to the ground, with each head standing upright and reaching a height of 7 or 8 meters, looking terrifying. Immediately afterwards, snap, a 10-meter-long tiger shark monster broke out of the barrier and landed on the ground in the same manner. Bang bang bang. Unfortunately, although the tiger shark monster has a fierce expression, it does not have tentacles like the octopus monster, so it can only flop around on the ground. Everyone in the territory looked at each other, and the solemn atmosphere before the battle was instantly destroyed. Could it be? Angel Yan said in disbelief, are they really here to deliver food? Zhang Chen had a solemn expression. Tiandao is not a takeaway. Since there is a beast-shaped tiger shark monster instead of a tiger shark warrior, there is only one possibility. Look, what is that? The youngest Zadian suddenly exclaimed. When everyone looked at it, their scalps suddenly went numb. A black shadow appeared behind the barrier and expanded rapidly. Everyone knows that this is the visual effect caused by the rapid approach of the black shadow. This is a huge beast. Puff, a pale white face suddenly emerged from the deep sea. The human face was 10 meters in diameter, and the back was directly connected to the body covered with scales. It was unknown how long it was, and it looked extremely terrifying. It looked down at the territory condescendingly, its expression full of greed and vigilance. Immediately afterwards, a strange wave instantly covered the territory, and everyone felt that the air around them became thicker. Zhang Chen took a deep breath and said, "It is indeed the deep sea realm. Tip. Affected by the deep sea area, the speed of all your own units is reduced by 5% minus 30%. Close black lens bracket. The deep sea tribe is just the opposite. The tiger shark monster that was flopping on the ground a second ago was now like a fish in water, freely shuttled through the air. Buzz buzz. Almost at the same time, the lighthouse suddenly glowed brightly, casting a layer of light over everyone on the side. Tip. Under the light of the lighthouse, the negative impact of the deep sea area on your own units is reduced. Close black lens bracket. The effect of this lighthouse is immediate." Zhang Chen expressed satisfaction, then frowned and said, "But, it's actually the ghost leviathan, which is a bit difficult to deal with." Ghost leviathan. Race. Deep Sea Tribe. Level. 20. Quality. Golden Legend. Combat Strength. 410. Skill. Lord, this guy's combat prowess isn't that great. I can handle it myself. The Empress is wearing a Luyun suit, and her combat power instantly reaches 450 stars, so she is naturally confident. The troublesome thing is not its combat power, but its habits. Although this guy is powerful, he is cautious by nature. Once he notices signs of danger, he may escape back to the deep sea in an instant. That's where the name, Ghost, comes from. Zhang Chen explained in a low voice, thought about it and quickly arranged. Empress Kazuhiko, don't take action for a moment and see if you can lure it into your territory. Fandral, listen to my command and then turn it on, and then use Storm Hammer directly. Fandral Storm, the king of the hill, said solemnly. Yes, Lord. The skill of speaking. Groups of deep-sea monsters broke through the deep-sea barrier and rushed toward the territory with murderous intent. There are even two 20-meter-long epic Neptune snakes. The appearance of the ghost leviathan seemed to be the call to attack. Two races that both regard each other as food, no nonsense, the battle breaks out instantly. Blood Arc. The chief true disciple Li Yan threw out a sword energy and split a small king squid in half. Your soldier Li Yan kills the little king squid and gets energy 1700 and spirit stone 180. Close black lens bracket. Osumu sword style. Form a formation. Tianyan disciples who were only at level 5 formed a group of 12 and formed a large virtual sword array to defend against the enemy together. Storm Hammer. The Storm Guardian is a bit more violent, throwing it with a hammer, and the level 18 tiger shark monster's brains will explode in an instant. The strong men in the territory showed their special abilities. The 4 towers of wrath also steadily output fireballs one after another, bursting out balls of fire in the deep sea tribe. As for the 2 Neptune snakes, they were entangled by Long Ju and Long Yi, and they were fighting inextricably in the sky. Zhang Chen had already retreated to the Tianzi private room in Zuixian Tower and stood on the terrace overlooking the battlefield. Within a few minutes of the battle, oneself had already shown an absolute advantage. From time to time, a deep-sea tribe falls from the sky. Moreover, the dwarf rocketeer hasn't taken action yet. Logically speaking, Zhang Chen likes this kind of crushing battle. But at this moment, he frowned. Because from the beginning to the end, the ghost Leviathan only had half of his body leaning out of the deep sea, watching helplessly as his younger brothers were being slaughtered without any emotion. "You're so stupid. You're even worse than me." Zhang Chen cursed in a low voice, and then immediately issued an order through the Lord's heart. "Shrink the defensive circle." The Empress reminded. "Lord, if you shrink your defenses, I'm afraid the buildings in the territory will be damaged." "It doesn't matter." Zhang Chen nodded. "If we can lure the snake out of its hole, this loss is nothing." Everyone fought and retreated. Within minutes the walls fell. Boom! A nearby residential house was smashed into pieces by several aboleths, but Zhang Chen remained indifferent. At this time, the deep-sea tribe who invaded the territory suddenly slowed down their attack pace, and instead greedily absorbed the aura of the territory one by one. Zhang Chen sneered and said, "I think you can still bear it." "Really?" The ghost Leviathan watched his little brothers start to fight for the delicious smell that belonged to it, and opened its mouth to let out a silent wave. But in the face of the temptation of the ultimate deep-sea bait, these guys are no longer something it can restrain. Phantom Leviathan finally became anxious. Its huge body slowly poked out of the deep sea. If you don't look at the pale human face, the ghost Leviathan is just a barracuda magnified countless times. It was nearly 50 meters long, with hideous bone spurs all over its body. It was emitting a faint blue light and slowly approached its territory. When Zhang Chen saw this, a smile appeared on his face. But when the ghost Leviathan was still 200 meters away from the territory, it suddenly stopped and turned around and swam rapidly towards the deep sea from where it came. "Cunning guy!" Zhang Chen shouted loudly. "Do it!" When this happens, there are 2 possibilities. First, the ghost Leviathan does have special abilities and can detect fatal threats to it in its territory. The second one is a temptation. If there is really an ambush in the territory and you see it escaping, you will definitely find a way to keep it. Zhang Chen guessed the second possibility, but he couldn't afford to gamble. The Empress, Angel Yan, and Fandral heard the order and soared into the sky at the same time. 12 goddess warriors, led by Cynthia, prepared to project thunder. To be on the safe side, Zhang Chen waved his hand. Upgrade. The Empress, Angel Yan, and Fandral all reached level 12, and the 600,000 energy they just obtained were used up. Avatar. As the first hand control, Fandral took a deep breath, the power of the endless storm entered his body, and his body turned into a 6-meter-tall giant in midair. Storm Hammer. Boom. The storm hammer, which was several meters in diameter, took shape instantly, crossed hundreds of meters of void, and landed accurately on the head of the ghost Leviathan. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.